What's going on YouTube? My name is... I'm too excited. What's going on YouTube? My name is ADC Heart Attack and... we are in the new studio, guys. We finally made it into the new place and I couldn't be happier. I'm so excited and I owe you all a massive thank you, because without you subscribing to this channel, without you liking the videos, without you commenting, there's just no way I'd be able to be in a place like this. So I owe all of this to you, and I'm hoping that going forward, we're able to produce better content, bigger content, and hopefully you like it. Nervous now. There's a lot of pressure. Now, I would like to apologize for the acoustics in this room. Right now, I'm using this little guy right here because it's just such a big room and I haven't had time to sort out everything. Plus, with us being in quarantine, I'm not able to get everything that I need, which is why those walls behind me there's nothing there. Kind of empty, actually. I should put something up there, I guess. I don't have anything. But at least this area is work ready. That was the main focus anyway, so that I can get back to creating content because it's been so long and I missed you guys. That being said, what are we doing today? Today I'm going to be doing another redraw video. Now, if you did see my previous redraw videos, I did a Sonic the Hedgehog and a Sonic the Hedgehog. And in fact, both of them were very well received. You guys really liked them a lot, so I figured why not do another one. This time today, I'm going to be doing a Dragonball one. We're going to flick through the drawing folder, hopefully find a Dragonball piece that is workable and redraw it, I guess. But before we do all of that, let me just say one thing. If you were interested in seeing a house tour, there is a house tour on my Instagram, so make sure you check it out, ADC Heart Attack. The reason it isn't coming to this channel is, unfortunately, I recorded it using my good camera, and the echo was terrible. Hello. What's going on YouTube? So, my name is ADC Heart Attack, and welcome to my new house. It's pretty big, to say the least. This is going to allow me to do so much more with the channel, so much more videos. We're going to have a nice new setup here. So I'm unable to do that until we get the house sort of heavily renovated, which is going to be a long time. So if you did want to see the house tour now, check out my Instagram. And of course, if you want to see any behind the scenes footage, you can go onto Twitter, ADC Heart Attack, see all the behind footage of things that I'm doing here on the channel. Woo! Anyway, let's get on with the video. Okay everyone, so after having a look through my drawing folder, I found this image of Trunks from the Dragon Ball Z series. It's a drawing dating back to 2018, and as you can see, it's not the best drawing. I actually directly copied this from the series, so I didn't really deviate much. I tried my best to copy it. I think I added my own flair to it, but I'd have to look at the... maybe not. I kind of just copied it, yeah. So this is going to make for a great redraw experience. For today's redraw, I'll be using my standard sketch paper. This is just normal sketch paper. There's nothing fancy about it. It is 190 grams, so I guess that's something special. It's quite thick, but all in all, it's a standard sheet of paper. I'll be using a Staedtler pencil, which is a standard school pencil. Nothing fancy. Once again, I don't like to go fancy with my pencils. All in all, pencils are kind of the same across the board. I'll be using my Winsor & Newton fine liners, and these are incredibly awesome fine liners. I would 100% recommend them. My eraser, once again, it's just an eraser, nothing fancy, except this one has a face on it. And finally, I'll be using my Pro and brush markers. Now, if you did want to know the colors I'll be using in today's video, I will have them in the description down below. Make sure you check it out to know the colors I'm using. Yeah. Alrighty, so it's redraw time. Now, just like all of my other redraws, I'm going to be making sure that I keep both of these drawings on screen at all times. I want that point of reference. I want that thing right there, so I can see what it is I'm doing right here. As with all of these ones, I'm going to be... what am I going to be doing? Oh yeah, so I'm going to be lightly sketching on the right-hand side what it is that I've got on the left-hand side. And yes, this original one was a copy, but no, I will not be copying that. I'll go into that in a moment. But what I want to do right here is just make sure that I've got the basis of the left-hand side image on that right sheet of paper so that we can build upon it. I don't want to stray too far from it. I want to keep them sort of mirroring each other, so at the end of it, we can see the comparison between the two of them. Because if I drew something completely different, it just wouldn't make any sense. And, it just wouldn't be a comparison then, would it? No. So, right, the original one was a copy from the show. The original one, I just straight up copied what it was in the show, and there's not much I can do with that. If I start to just redraw it now, I'm pretty efficient at just copying what I see these days, so that wouldn't be good, and I don't think that that would lend itself too well to this video. So I'm going to be messing around. I'm going to start kind of doing anything that I want to do and hopefully see how it goes. I don't really have much of a mindset or like a idea in mind. To be honest, I never really do. But I don't know, I feel confident. I feel it's better to reference as opposed to copying anyway, because if I'm copying, you're sort of like, this needs to be accurate, this needs to look like that, but if I make a mistake, then I'm so angry, you know? Whereas when I'm referencing it, I can kind of just mess around and do anything I want, and I can just throw on some music and be chill. I feel there's just a lot more freedom when referencing as opposed to just straight copying, is what I'm getting at. That being said, he looks... Whoa. I don't know what that sound is, but he looks big. Maybe I gave him too much money? No, I didn't give him too much. He looks alright. This muscle definitely is not anatomically, whatever the human body word is, it's not that accurate, so I don't really care about that kind of stuff. Don't focus on that either, guys. Like, if you're messing around with a piece of artwork, you don't have to make it 100% accurate because, let's just face it, it's not a real person. So really, you could just be as free as you want. Just make it look good. If it looks good and you feel it looks good, then it is good. It doesn't matter if it's not accurate. But shirts, alright, I kind of had to stand up and look at myself in the mirror. I guess a lot of people struggle with clothing, and clothing, rightfully so. There's so much that clothing can do. It's not exactly a perfect system. So what I would suggest, if you're drawing clothing, use yourself. Use your own body, use your own clothes as points of reference. Now, I don't own this shirt, so that's unfortunate, but I do own a shirt, and I was wearing a shirt at the time, so I stood up and I kind of stretched away and I drew the folds that I'd created. Regarding the hair, I'm actually not gonna change it. I think that the hair I did on the original one is so good that I like it, so I'm gonna stick with it. I might kind of make minor changes to it or adjustments to it, but for the most part, I think it looks good, and I think I did this myself. I don't know because it's not in the reference, so maybe I created this one. I don't know what I did here, but that's the hairstyle we've got, and it works. So there it is. Okay, so inking. Now I get this question a lot. How do I ink? And basically, this is like, inking is my pride and joy. I love inking. It's one of my favorite things to do. I feel it's super relaxed and calming. So what I like to do is I break my drawing into stages. And one day what I do is I say to myself, right, I'm going to ink today and tomorrow I'm going to color. I really do think you should take your time with inking. I think inking is just one of those things that it really requires a lot of time. And by the end of it, the results show. I think the inking is really nice and it's time to start coloring. Now, the original one is a very bland inking style. It's just the same style that you would find in the series, which isn't a bad thing. It's just I don't want to do that. So I need to change it up. And also the style that I've chosen to draw the base sketch in is just not going to suit this style of shading. So we're going to do some not realistic, but I mean, it's kind of realistic, but it's comic realistic. So the best example I can think of is if you ever look at like a Wolverine comic or a Deadpool comic, that kind of artwork, you know? But that's kind of what I'm going to go for here. I think it'll work. This is something I never did back in the olden days. Whenever I was coloring something, I always followed a sort of scripture. I'd follow the inking with the coloring, whereas these days I start to color around the inking. My coloring, I actually add some more details with the coloring itself, as opposed to just following the structure base guidelines that we've laid down. Such as in this shoulder, you can see it's just, it looks more detailed, but I haven't added any more lines to it, and it's left it clean but more detailed. I like it. I also added like so many veins that I don't know what I'm gonna do with these. I don't like working with grays. I like working with pencils, but I don't like working with grey markers. I don't know why. Grey markers just suck. I can never quite get the gradients right. I never know if I'm going too light or too dark by the end of it, but by the end of it, there it is. It looks colored. And the hair, so right, this is where things are going to get different because, as you can see, I've been choosing very washed out colors because of the style that I'm doing today. I just think those bright, vibrant anime colors just aren't going to work here. That is also going to apply for the hair. I can't go really strong, glowy yellow. It's just not gonna make sense or work, so I gotta go really washed out pastel yellow. And it's actually really nice, and it is looking really, really cool, and it's giving the effect that I want. Actually, everything is going really well today. I'm so happy with it. I mean, it's certainly going better than the original one, because the original one doesn't look too good, but there you go. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, here we have it. The drawing is complete today, and man, am I happy with this. I really do like this one, but of course, it's not my opinion that matters here today. It is your opinion. Which side do you prefer, the 2018 version or the 2020 version from today? This is such a fun challenge and something I really do enjoy doing, and something I would recommend you do at home. Digging out your old artwork and redrawing it to see how far you've come. It's also a great opportunity for you to build upon something that you've already done. For example, what we've done today is we did a bit more referencing than copying. We took a bit more creative freedom with the piece, and I definitely think the results paid off. Taking a look over at the 2018 version just for the sake of it, it's by no means a bad drawing. It still is a pretty good drawing for what it is. But I really don't think there is anything about this drawing that makes it better than the one that we've done today. It's a direct copy, so I can't really give myself too much credit for it, and it lacks just so much creativity in my opinion. But that being said, when we look at them side by side, what do you think? Because obviously art is all about your opinions and everyone has different opinions. Which side do you prefer? Do you prefer the more traditional classic style of the 2018 version? Or do you prefer today's style, the version that I decided to take a little bit more creative freedom with, and there are the results. I am aware it's not going to be to everyone's taste, but I am very, very, very excited to read your comments down below. So ladies and gentlemen, there we have it. The video is complete and I do hope you enjoyed it. Before we sign off today, I just want to say a quick thank you to everyone once again for what you've done for me, because without you guys liking, leaving comments and just subscribing to me, there's no way on earth I would be in the position I'm in right now. So thank you all so much. That being said, I've been ADC Art Attack and thank you so much for watching the video. I will see you in the next one. Hopefully you'll enjoy the next video as much as you enjoyed this one, if you did like it. If you didn't like it, then I'm gonna try to do my best to make you enjoy the next one. Yeah, I really don't know how to sign off. Take care, thank you all once again, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.